What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In today's video, we're jumping into Absolute Power Task Force 7, issue number 3. Now, so far, all of the task force have shown us as each one of the Justice League members in some way, shape, or form are being taken down. Issue number 1 was the Super Family. Issue number 2 was Aquaman. And issue number 3, it's gonna be tied in not only to the Green Lanterns, but the Justice Society of America. Our heroes are currently on the run. Amanda Waller is tracking down every hero she can find. The Amazos are on patrol. But as this story has been progressing, what we learn is that there is something off about these Amazos. While they have some kind of capability to absorb the person's powers, whether they be metahuman or alien or anything else in between, they can take anybody's powers, anybody's magic, they can take it all. But with taking it all, they also begin to absorb a personality, almost like they're gaining consciousness, almost like they're trying to break free of their programming and become self-sufficient, self-reliant, have free will. While Amanda Waller thinks that she has the power in her hand, it appears that that power may be slipping away. Now, make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue, we pick up in Coast City. We have the JSA that has just been dropped. The Amazo found them. It caught up to them. Its main target, Alan Scott, Green Lantern. Having hold of him, it begins to absorb his power. The energy begins to deplete from him, and in a matter of moments, Alan Scott no longer has any power. But there's something else, something peculiar that is going on here. Absorbing this power, it causes the Amazo to go offline. It completely shuts down. And so as the JSA start to get their footing and try to figure out what's happening here, this is the Amazo that got the powers of Jesse Quick. That's how it was able to find them so quickly. But they have no idea why it malfunctioned. It just suddenly shut off. Now, the JSA, they're not going to waste any time. They're like, we got to get out of here. We're not going to wait for this Amazo to wake up. We need to go find the next location of where the Tower of Fate is going to pop up. That way, we can at least lay low, lay safe, try to regroup, and then fight back against Amanda Waller. Not only this, but they also have Carol along with them. So with them taking off, this is when the Amazo comes back online. We see it adapt to its new powers. This Amazo now has the power of not only individuals like Jesse Quick, but also of Alan Scott, Green Lantern. When its programming tells it that it needs to report back to base, the Amazo, almost like it gives itself a choice. But this programming is quickly interrupted because choice is not an option. He is compelled to return and report. But the proposal for an option of yes or no keeps on popping up. Ignoring this, choosing yes, and headed back to base. We pick up with the JSA. Now, with Carol waking up, she's trying to figure out what the heck is going on. The last thing she remembers is how Jordan was attacked. She was with him. She was knocked unconscious. She has no idea that the world is being taken over by Amanda Waller, that superheroes are being rounded up. She's getting filled in on all of this information. But more than this, seeing the JSA, people old enough to be her grandfather, young enough to technically be her daughter, and with her newfound power, she's wondering what it means to be a hero. That can she become like them? Will she be like them? But as she ponders all of these thoughts, we're taken over to the Hall of Order. His programming is telling him that he needs to have a diagnosis. But then it fights back and tells him to disregard, to instead alternatively do a system upgrade. Getting in and getting there to Amanda Waller reporting to her, she just starts yelling in its face. Now he knows that she's the function controller. Part of him is telling him that she's a threat. Not sure what to do about this threat. The programming tells him that maybe he should eliminate Amanda Waller, but choosing not to do so. Amanda Waller yells at him, but then eventually sends him on another mission. And the Amazo is struggling, not sure what to do with all of these thoughts. Regardless, it still has its main programming to go by. This is what takes us to Oblivion Bar, with the Amazo able to break through the magical enchantments. While everybody's having a great time inside, this is supposed to be a neutral place. No fighting, no craziness. They're gonna ride it all out here. Unfortunately, the Amazo and Amanda Waller have other plans, but they're not here to round everybody up. The Amazo demands the location of the Tower of Fate, and to get this information, violence must commence. And so as he starts to fight everybody in the bar, we pick up with Steve Trevor. Now, Steve Trevor has made his way to the Gamora Island. He was brought here by Amanda Waller. Recently, Steel had him locked up, but this was all part of his plan. He needed to get inside the facility. He needed to figure out what was going on here. Then he needed to figure out a way to get out of this place and report back what's happening. So as he goes to investigate the facility, really, what he runs into is all of the heroes that are in captivity. But now he wonders that if all the heroes are here, where are they placing everybody else? Being able to pose as a guard and helping escort Angleman down to another facility, we pick up at the Tower of Fate. The JSA have made it to its newest location. With the door opening up, we have Stitch inside. As everyone gets ready to go inside, they are quickly interrupted with the arrival of the Amazo. He tells them that you will all come with me, but it doesn't seem to be attacking. As the JSA prepare to fight this thing, Alan Scott tells them to stop, to stay back just for a moment. And the Amazo has a question for Alan Scott. It asks him the question, why do you save people? It absorbed his ring. When it absorbed Alan's powers, it absorbed part of the Star Heart, part of its magic. But Alan continuing to converse with the Amazo, saying because it's the right thing to do, that you could say it's part of his programming, asking what its programming is. It says to detain those with power and then give them to the custody of Amanda Waller. So the question is, why aren't you doing this? The Amazo says that there is another voice in its head, one that had appeared when he attempted to absorb Alan's powers. It is giving him choices, asking what this means and what it is. Alan Scott tells him that this is what we call free will, programming that allows you to make your own choices. And so Alan asks at first, how about you let us go? Of course it says no, but it says, how about this? How about you only take me? That you let all of them go, and then me and you will go have a conversation about choices. Accepting this alternative, everybody rushes into the tower. And once they're safe inside, Alan Scott and the Amazo take off. And the Amazo is about to learn. That will be where this issue ends. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. A great addition to the Absolute Power stories. You know, we were getting these hints pretty early on that the Amazos were headed in this direction. When they absorbed the super family, well, when one of them absorbed the super family, it kind of felt like he got a consciousness, that he had a sense of morality. And we're seeing that that is something that is happening across the board. I mean, even the one down that was trying to take Atlantis, it was affected by the Shark Fury. And now we're seeing that the Green Lantern one, it is affected by Alan Scott. We're seeing that the absorption of power is allowing the Amazos to become sentient. They are gaining their conscious minds. They are gaining free will. They are gaining choice. How long before they decide that they don't want to follow Amanda Waller any longer? How long before they decide that they don't need humanity at all? Amanda Waller thought she had everything under control, but she has created an even bigger weapon, an even bigger problem. What happens when the AI no longer works for you? What happens when the AI decides that they are the ones in charge? Let me know what you guys think. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories. If you want to get caught up on everything that is going on with this series, go ahead, check out the link in my description, as well as the top of this video. It's gonna get you completely caught up on everything that has been going on with Absolute Power. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership, much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50 from loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you're unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.